Yes. How you doing, folks?
Hey, 40-40, man. Back at you. Greg and Jeff.
Yeah. We apologize about last week. It was the holiday.
Yeah, it was a holiday. There were technical difficulties. There were rays coming from the sun that helped destroy the field of.
We just took a week off.
We were really tired, man.
So last week, the Texas Brouhaha. Brouhaha. Yeah.
Kicking Brewers' ass.
Yeah, it was actually a surprisingly good week for. Well, it's not surprising for me, personally.
Yeah, I was very optimistic.
Yeah, you actually nailed it. You said it was going to be 4-1. I said they were going to be 3-2.
I had a feeling it was going to be the Texas series that did it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, but I mean, we went into Milwaukee, did our business efficiently,
and then still a sweep.
Texas came into town, and the good thing about Texas coming into town is Texas is always a good. It's a good rivalry.
Yeah.
Texas has been a good rivalry for the Jays since the 80s. Actually, there's been something that has happened way back in the 80s that the players still remember.
I remember Nolan Ryan and what was it, Roberto Alomar?
Yeah.
When Roberto charged the mound on Nolan because he hit him.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. The Jays.
Yeah. Jays have always had a little scuffle with Texas, and obviously the last couple of years we know about playoffs. We know about Rougned Odor.
We did hit a home run during the series, but it was an inconsequential late inning, just adding to some of the ERA kind of home run. So no big deal. He
did stumble coming out of the gates and slid halfway into first.
He did,
and got caught out twice by one line drive and one at the wall by Batista. So I'm pretty sure Batista was happy with that.
Yep. On the side note, we were also comparing stats earlier, like we do before we come on the thing. You know who's very close to Jose Bautista and Kendrys Morales, who are very similar in stats? Edwin Encarnacion, who we just saw about a few minutes ago, just launched his 10th home run. So now he's one up on Jose.
Yeah.
But he's got a lower batting average. He's got less RBIs. He's got less stolen bases. He's got less of everything from both Kendrys and Jose. So far, we're doing fine on that little transaction there.
We're winning. We're winning the trade, but they have a better record than us.
Yeah, and it's getting hot.
It's all right, though. It's all right. But I've said this before. Don't worry. The Jays are starting. They had a crap April. They've had an amazing May so far. We'll do the month wrap up next week because then it'll officially be out of May. But I mean, they've had an amazing May. Specifically, Batista as well. Batista had one homer and he was hitting 147?
Yeah.
In the month of April. And I mean, his batting average is still under 300. He's like about 240, but he's upped it by 100 points. And he's got 8 homers in this month. So it's kind of funny to see how Batista goes, the Jays go.
You can say the same thing with Devin Travis.
Totally, yeah.
Like Kevin Pillar took over the leadoff situation, still doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think you'll see Travis, once he's proved that May isn't a fluke, that he's going to be launched back into the first from the batting order. And the thing I love about it is even after crapping the bed in April, he's killing it in May. He actually leads the major leagues. He's tied with Nolan Arenado in doubles with 17. And that's after he hit basically nothing in April. I think he said like 14 doubles in May or something ridiculous like that.
Well, we got another good stat about that. Like we'll get into some of the team stats in a bit.
Stats.
2 good bits of good news. Donaldson is back and Tulo is back.
Yeah.
They're
being tentative. I mean, they started Friday and started Sunday. Did not start Saturday's game. So they're being, which is good. I'm glad because especially with Josh, you don't want him to get all screwy again.
Yeah.
Tulo, he gets hurt every year, so I mean, hopefully this is it for him.
Yeah.
But he'll get some kind of pull or strain later, I'm sure. We'll just put Ryan Goins back in.
Yeah.
Although the way things are turning the rotations and the people going back, once we have our full, because we're going to get injuries in a second.
Yeah.
But once we have the injuries back, that leaves us with the problem we had at the beginning of the season. What do you do about Ryan Goins? Because Darwin Barney's got a year-long contract. Goins does not have options to go back down. He would have to clear waivers in order to be sent down. And they're not going to send down Barney.
And they're not going to send down Steve Pearce.
Exactly. So what happens with Ryan Goins? You know, the best scenario I can see of that whole situation is that somebody sees what's going on and they plan a trade for Ryan Goins. It'll be like a minor league guy for Ryan Goins.
Hopefully, a relief pitcher.
That would be nice.
Which is optimal what we need.
Some of our younger kids in the bullpen are doing great.
Yeah,
it's the older folk who are still kind of really did have a decent outing on Sunday.
We're big fans of Greeley as a person, but this year he has lost a little bit of stuff. Like he's lost about 3 miles an hour, at least 3 to 5.
He hasn't lost all of his oh my god, I got to strike him out.
I love that. I love it. Like he's the new Munenori Kawasaki. Like Mooney Kawasaki. Like everyone loved Mooney Kawasaki. Yeah. He was a marginal player. But I mean, everyone loved him because he had the personality for the team, right?
And now he's back in Japan.
Yeah, he's fine. He's doing okay.
He had to play with the Blue Jays in Canada and the Cubs in the States. So who else was
got a World Series ring last year with Cubs?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all right.
I wonder if he did. Was he included in that?
Yeah, he was. Got a World Series.
Everybody in Chicago got a ring for that one.
Oh God, yeah, like the hot dog guy that was there 5 years ago probably got a ring.
Yeah, they do. That's the thing. When people win, the team has to put in the amount. Like first of all, they put the ring sizes for them all. Yeah. But all the people they want to get rings. So it's not just your 25-man roster. It's usually most of your 40.
Yeah.
All the people in the front office.
And then whoever else the manager deems, because there's some guys that have been on the team for a long time that got traded that year or the year previous that other teams have said, okay, yeah, you get a ring, you get a ring.
Some percentages for them, like you get the World Series share of how much each person gets. They get a share of that, but the ring is kind of separate from that. It's like that guy should be on it because he was.
Like if you have like a guy that was a Cub for years, gets traded the year prior, and then they're gonna give that.
I would say that I would call it in Toronto the Dave Stieb rule.
Yeah,
which is why they brought Dave Stieb back in 1992.
Yeah,
because
he got a ring. He got two. He had the first one. He was on. He went to Chicago in the second one, the White Sox.
He didn't even move to Chicago.
He came from Chicago because we traded him to Chicago.
Yeah, in 1995. Yeah. That's when he came back. But no, he had 92. There's a shot of him running out to the field when he was wearing not cleats. He was wearing running shoes, and he's joining the fray of the first World Series that won in Atlanta, the one that was won by Dave Winfield. But after Carter got the catch.
Oh well, that's the thing.
Dave Stieb was like the first guy out of the dugout, man. Like, yeah.
Question: who was the pitcher for the Jays at the time that actually was on the mound?
Mike Timlin.
Good call. Timlin throws.
Come on.
It's a Joe Carter. Everyone knows this.
Give me something tougher than that.
Okay, so
who got the win in that game? Oh,
that's actually a little tricky. Who did?
Who do you think did?
Stottlemyre?
Actually, I think it's Timlin. No, it's Timlin. No, I think it would have been Jimmy Key actually.
Yeah, because it was a run change. Like
he came in when it was tied. So
anywho, your week stats on the week the Jays went 4-1. They're 23-27 right now. We were 8 games back last week. Now we're 7.5 this week. We gained a little bit of game, but we had 2 days off. The rest of the AL East, the Yankees were 4-2. Boston killed it. They went 5-1. Tampa went 4-3, and Baltimore choked.
You're starting to see the pitching catching up Baltimore.
Baltimore went 0-6, so that's actually quite good.
See, I love Buck Showalter. I sometimes wish we had Buck Showalter because if you put Buck Showalter with our team, I think he'd be better than Gibby. I love Gibby. Don't get me wrong. Showalter's one of those guys that wherever he goes, he turns that fucker around and they win. Like Baltimore has the most wins of any team since 2012. Since Buck Showalter started, on any team in baseball, they have the most wins.
I would probably say that
and that's with shitty
Joe
pitching.
Madden, as a manager, would probably have the most wins as well. As a single manager.
Madden
had a killer year with
But he also had a couple down years under 500
with Tampa. Yeah, that's right. But
that's what happens in Tampa.
Yeah, but like the last 3 years in Chicago, they've been like 90 and 100 wins.
Yes.
Yeah. So
no, I mean I'd rather have Joe Madden. Don't get me wrong. But Showalter did it in New York. He did it there. He did it in Texas. Like he turned it around. He turns it around, and then it gets to point up at the 4th or 5th year, where he's like, I fucking hate Buck Showalter because he's a very ornery kind of guy. So you can only take so much of him, and then they cast him aside for somebody else.
But here's the thing to look at. So the Jays right now are 9-16 against AL East teams. you look at
We
the
played a lot of AL East
yeah,
teams.
you look at the teams that are actually killing it right now. Houston, who's 35-16, they're 17-6 against their own division, the AL West. The AL West is kind of crap though.
Yeah.
Colorado is 33-19, and they're
If
18
it's
and
West,
10.
it's crap.
Yeah, 18 and 10 against the National League West, and Washington is 30-19 and 17 and 10. And the NL East is a competitive division. That's
Yes.
a competitive division. So
It will be as competitive as the AL East, I think.
yeah,
The National Central still might prove to be the toughest division,
Yeah.
especially since the Brewers are doing all right. The
Yeah.
Reds are ahead of the
ahead of the
game
curve. Yeah,
because their pitching has been better than we thought it was
it's
going to be. Which
still
which
it's
should make it
still
interesting.
the worst part of their team because their
Yeah.
hitting is dominant.
Well,
Like,
they're hitting the
hitting
crap out
great.
of the ball. They got Billy Hamilton, who's
Yeah.
going to be, if he goes the way he's been going by the end of his career, he could be up there in the Lou Brock territory for
Yeah.
stolen bases.
And a guy named Joey Votto.
Yeah, who's hitting 287, but he's still got the ninth highest OPS in the National League right now because all Joey does is hit and walk, and he's got 12 home runs. Like
Yeah.
he's actually up there in home runs. He doesn't usually hit that many home runs by now.
I mean, you were mentioning, actually, we mentioned before the show that this is the first time that Cincinnati has been back since 2009.
2009.
Like,
which
we
is
played Cincinnati, but we played Cincinnati there. So
Yeah,
this is the
did
first
we
time
play
Joey
there?
Votto has been back home.
Yeah, I think 2014 was the last time we were at Great American Ballpark, and they took 2 or 3 from us. But last time they were here was 2009, 2008. Both years, we took 2 or 3 from them.
Yeah.
And look at the pitching matchup coming up for this first game. It might go down that direction as well because it's Marcus Stroman against what's the guy's name?
Oh, it's
La Lubrio.
no. It's, I'll need to read this. I'll need to read this.
Yeah, exactly.
Lisalverto Bonilla.
Lisalverto
Bonilla.
Lisalverto.
Who's 0-2, a 6.17 ERA, and a 1.46 WHIP.
Yeah.
Uh,
No Asher Washikowski.
No. Who, by the way, was a Jay. Jays drafted him 41st overall in 2010.
Maybe when that Scott Rowland trade.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then game 3 is going to be. We don't know who's going for game 2, with the possibility of Hap.
Because
He is in
today,
the clubhouse.
Jay Happ walked in the clubhouse. He's no longer on his rehab assignment. So the talk is he will start Tuesday. So that leaves us now with 2 fifths of our starting rotations still on the disabled list.
Yeah.
When
Liriano,
comes back,
yeah.
he'll get put in the rotation. The thing is he'll get put in before Aaron Sanchez is ready.
Yeah.
Now then, when Aaron Sanchez comes in, who are they going to drop? Who are they going to drop? It's either going to be.
I like keeping Biagini, as you've stated before. Keep Biagini in and put Liriano in the pen.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah. Because I know they have this thing for Aaron Sanchez going to the pen or limiting his runs. And no, he's a starter now. He's a starter
and
now.
I swear to God, I'll beat somebody. I'll beat somebody with this little tiny computer I have here, and it's just a tablet, but it'll hurt. So no, you keep him in the rotation. That's fine.
But yeah, Liriano should be back in a week and a half.
Yep.
Sanchez, he's still on the 10-day, but we don't know exactly how many 10 days that's going to be because this is now his 3rd stint.
Now, we mentioned this last time. Do we agree that the 10-day disabled list is being abused slightly?
Yeah.
Yes. I think the 15-day is a good idea.
But
the 10 days should just be like it is for concussions, 7 to 10 days.
Yeah, but that's the thing with something like a blister or a fracture or anything like that, sprain.
10 days is not long
10
enough.
days not long enough, so they're coming back a little early. Like that extra 5 days is wondrous.
Ligaments aren't bad. I ripped ligaments in my ankle once when somebody pushed me down a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
It only took me 3 weeks to get back into a walking boot after that.
Yeah.
Ligaments can heal pretty quickly if you take good care of them.
Well,
so
it
should be 2 weeks.
In terms of the rest of the injury report, I mean, like Hap, as you said, is back in the clubhouse. Sanchez is on the 10-day again. Dylan Pompey is starting his Dalton Pompey. Dylan Pompey. I was thinking, Dylan McKay. From 90210. No, Dalton Pompey.
That's where that all came from.
Is starting a rehab assignment this week, and that's concussion syndrome. So he should be back with the team, possibly in the Yankee series, which is starting on Thursday, or he could be back next
I
week.
say cheers to Dalton for coming back.
Cheers. Pierce is starting
the Loose Moose, where we are doing our broadcast from, which we should probably say every once in a while.
Oh yeah, and
we're at Loose Moose, and I'm drinking Loose Moose beer called Freedom 35, which is on their swing tap. What's the Freedom 35? The Trailer Park Boys beer.
Yes.
It's a lager. It's very tasty. You should come down to the Loose Moose and drink some.
They take care of us. It's a good spot to go to before the game. But yeah, Pierce starts a rehab assignment this week from a calf strain in Dunedin. Now Alfred and Siciliani,
on the Pierce thing before we get any further.
Okay.
Now, I was predicting last week or the week before that when Pierce comes back, we'll start to be seeing the decline of Justin Smoke. He'll come in contact because Steve Pierce has screwed the pooch for like a month and a half. Maybe he's been hurt the whole time. I don't know. But when he comes back, because there's always talk about who's going to play first base, Steve Pierce or Justin Smoke, depending on who's doing.
Well,
but Justin Smoke is not falling off the face of the earth yet.
No,
so
he's
very interesting because Ezekiel's hitting.
Yeah, Ezekiel's dropped a bit, but I mean, Smoke has remained in top 2 for batting average. He's on par with his homers. He's actually cut his strikeouts.
He's top 10 in the American League in OPS.
Yeah, he's cut his strikeouts, which was a huge problem.
His on base is higher, which was his on base like 341, I believe what it was. So Smoke is doing it. I'm still not 100% sold on him because he has had good stretches with us before.
Yeah,
he has not had a full season with anybody. So that's why I think when Pierce comes back, is he going to feel that little tension coming behind him? Because he says one thing that's helped him so far is he doesn't think about all this stuff.
Yeah.
As we hear about every base. First of all, pitchers reach a point where like he's no longer throwing his heat; he's learning how to pitch.
Yeah,
that's a turning point, which is what somebody said about AJ Griffin, which is what somebody said about Andrew Cashner, who started from Texas yesterday, who I wanted in our rotation.
Yeah,
his ERA is now under 3.
Yeah,
and he's pitching in Texas, which is a bandbox.
Yeah, and he went for nothing last year.
It was Andrew Cashner from San Diego. He got dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Texas picked him up, and boom, there he is, 297 ERA after, and he had a wicked game yesterday. So
yeah, that was the only pitcher that actually played us well.
Yeah. Screw you other guys.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What were we saying? Oh, yeah, so Pierce, calf strain, doing a rehab assignment in Dunedin. Siciliani, who has no timetable right now. It's they're still assessing it. Home run.
You should not be allowed to play baseball anymore if when you swing a bat, your shoulder comes out.
Well, see,
that should be like, you know what? I can't play baseball anymore because when I swing the bat, my shoulder falls out.
I kind of giggled when he was going around the bases because he was sort of doing that, and I thought it was the opposite Edwin, because he wasn't holding the wing up; he was putting it down directly. And then I kind of felt like a dick because his shoulder popped out.
Hey, you still corncob pipe in there with that? Yeah, it would have been great.
Alfred, who they're saying is
Anthony Alfred's 4 to 6 weeks, broken wrist, broken hamate bone.
They give him late June. Yeah. They give him late June.
So
they
he's got a broken hamate bone
with a fractured wrist,
which is that's a tough one.
Yeah,
that's a tough one to really come back. I'll tell you one thing: if he had power before, he's not going to have power for at least 3 weeks after he gets back.
He got his first career hit, which was a stand-up double. He got there.
Yeah.
He got there quick.
He almost had a home run for his first hit.
Yeah,
he screamed it off the center field wall in Milwaukee, which is that's not the easiest place to hit a home run.
Yeah,
despite the slide and the weird brewer guy with a mustache going down the slide every time.
I guess
I want to go to Milwaukee to see a game. Actually, that's one of those places where they have like the sausage races. They got the guy in Milwaukee. Should be a really.
I think that's the only reason I go to Milwaukee, though.
That's pretty much the only.
Yeah,
reason.
Same with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
The only reason I go to Pittsburgh is to see a Pirates, a Pens, or a Steelers.
On the way to Pittsburgh, you know what you get?
What?
Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yep. But yeah, like there's some places that I'll definitely go see a game. Like I don't need to go to Cincinnati. There's nothing taking me to Cincinnati. I'd love to go to Cincinnati to see a game because that ballpark is cool. Maybe get my photo taken out of like wherever WKRP was shot.
I've driven through Cincinnati, and I'm glad I was through it.
Yeah,
it's just like when you're driving through it. Seriously, it's not a nice. I mean, Cincinnati is one of the oldest cities there is in the United States, and you can tell when you drive through it. Yeah. It's a very industrial type of place. It's like Detroit.
They haven't updated a lot.
Yeah. No. Cincinnati is what it is. That's why when LeBron went back to Cleveland's kind of, the only thing Cleveland has is a little different is Progressive Field and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, Cleveland would just be like Cincinnati.
I am a Browns fan.
And if you don't like what I said, feel free to mention it to us on any platform, on Facebook. We are fully interactive. I would love to hear what you people have to say about our musings and stupid crap we say all the time.
We're on Twitch for the first time today.
And we're on Twitch for the first time today. Which means, I know it's all you gamers you can't stand looking at. I don't know what the hell you guys play on that thing, but
hey, let's not make fun of Twitch.
I'm not making fun. I'm an old man. I don't know what they do on this Twitch.
It's like watching sports, but you're watching a game.
Yeah, and that's right. In Air Canada Center, they did that. They brought that there. 30,000 people went to watch people play video games. Watch people play video games. 30,000 paid money to watch people play video games.
57,000 go to watch
I can
people
do that at
throw a
my
ball
buddy's
around.
place. I could smoke a bowl and sit there watching for 3 hours, and that'd be fine.
Yeah, but 57,000 people go to watch a ball field, throw it around, hit it around.
Yeah, but at least it's people.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same.
All right. Anyway, because we mentioned some of the farm guys, let's do the farm report right now.
Danny Jansen.
Our farm reports. Well,
Brought to you by
we don't
whoever
have,
wants to sponsor us.
we don't have a sponsor yet.
Well, Loose Moose will be our sponsor
all right,
at this
so-
point. So brought to you by the really nice people who serve us booze here at the Loose Moose.
So the Bisons right now they're even 21-21.
Yeah.
Fisher Cats are 19-29. Dunedin, which is high A, is 29-22.
Yeah, watching
And-
Dunedin. There's where you're
yeah.
going to see a lot of our stars coming to
Yeah.
Dunedin A right
Lansing Lugnuts 27-20. So I mean, like the lower end of our spectrum is actually pretty
now. We
good.
do that road trip too.
Yeah. But
Lansing.
here's the thing, right? So our usual sort of focus is on guys that are doing well.
For example, Rowdy Tellez yesterday,
Yeah.
4 for 4, double, 3 singles, drove a bunch of runs, did all right. Still not hitting the greatest, but maybe he's starting to turn a
Yeah.
corner.
It's tough to do some of this stuff from Buffalo because Buffalo and Lansing, because we've brought up a couple of
We've got
guys.
13 guys injured so
Yeah,
far.
so-
We've kind of been dipping into the Buffalo water, which if you've been to
Buffalo
Buffalo,
and New
is
Hampshire.
a terrible, terrible thing.
Buffalo and New Hampshire.
And New
So I mean,
New Hampshire's nice.
yeah.
It's pretty.
So you've got the fact that some guys from Buffalo and New Hampshire have come up and then instantly get injured.
Yeah.
So
You know,
who
Anthony,
wants to come up and play in the bigs right now?
We got Dwight Smith Jr.'s up with us now, isn't
Yeah,
he?
Bryce with Junior. So Andrew Giet, who's actually gone up three steps, granted because we have brought up a lot. He's 24. He's from Louisiana. He's
What's his
batting.
name?
Andrew Giet.
Willette.
He's Cajun.
He's Cajun?
Yeah, like
Oh,
Louisiana
like
Cajun.
Louisiana. I love
Yeah,
Louisiana
but
Cajun.
drafted in the 32nd round in 2015. But he's batting 529 right now, so they brought him up to Buffalo.
Holy crap.
But he's gone up three. He's gone up three leagues.
I did
Michael,
not know this beforehand.
Yeah.
Holy shit, 529?
Yeah, Michael
How
De La
many games
Cruz.
is that?
He's
That's like a full season
no,
so far?
well, that's at his last one. He's only batted. He's only had 2 games to play up in Buffalo at this point in time.
Well, how
But
many
that's,
bats do you
that's,
have total?
that's from New Hampshire.
How many do you have in New Hampshire?
I didn't see the at
Over
bats, but
100?
he's played 20 games.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I don't know who you are, but congratulations, Gouliot. Gouliot.
Michael De La Cruz, he's another one to think of.
Yeah.
He's jumped up a couple of leagues as well. He's 24. He's a catcher, outfield, first base. So obviously he can hit with not a lot of speed.
That means
Yeah.
he's really, really slow.
Yeah. From Dominican Republic, 13 at bats, 538 average, 7 hits, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. So that's all right.
That's good series.
Danny Jansen.
Good series.
Danny Jansen
Danny
gonna
Jansen,
be
who
giving Pentecost a run for his money.
And here's the thing: Toronto's never been known for our catchers we brought up to the system, like Ernie Witt, Pat Borders. They all came up to us, but I mean, they were good, but they were not great elite kind of guys.
They were
Max-
great as Jays, but I mean, like you can't mention
Yeah.
them in like the all-time
No,
greats.
Ernie Witt only played so long as we had nobody. We had Buck Martinez.
No, but that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
they're great for us, but
Yeah.
they're not like
Yeah,
like-
exactly. But Max Pentecost and Jansen have potential to be one of the better than average players. Jansen, so far since he's joined New Hampshire, he's hitting 400 in New Hampshire.
5
Overall-
bighomers, 18 RBIs.
Yeah.
Obviously, no stolen bases. He's a catcher. But
Well,
then,
Pentecost could sweep it.
yeah, Bo Bichette and Vladdy Jr. down in Lansing, which
These
we
are
call
general ones.
the legacy division. 372, 4 homers, 28 RBIs,
Holy
and
sh-
5 stolen bases for Bichette. Vladdy 333, 4 homers, 28 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases.
So here's the Bo Bichette is playing second base,
yeah,
correct?
and Vladdy is third.
Vladdy, I can understand. Okay, so you start thinking about the transition of the team, where they're going to be, right?
Yeah.
So Vladdy is probably another year away, if not 2.
Yeah.
So that takes us to 2019. Do you trade Josh Donaldson and his $20+ million contract to let Vladdy come up?
Let Vladdy play left field.
But he's not a good outfielder. He's
He's
about
got,
as
he's
good
got
at
an
it.
arm. He's got
He
an arm.
does.
His dad was an outfielder.
Well,
Maybe it's
Yeah, but if they wanted him at left, they put him in left. He's a third now. Bo Bichette, I think, should be switched over to shortstop. Because
Well, they've got him
contracts,
registered as infield, but he's playing second base for Lansing. Yeah.
I want to see where he's at. Like Devin Travis, if he proves again and doesn't get hurt as much as he does, if he can play a full couple seasons not hurt, he could probably be one of the best second basemen in the American League. Like if that's a Pedroia type. So you want Bo Bichette somewhere else that he can play shortstop.
Sounded like you're saying Boba Fett.
I like saying Boba Fett. Bo Bichette, I think should go to shortstop only because Tulo's getting older. He's getting more expensive and he's getting more hurt.
Yeah,
I love Tulo as a person and as a player. He's still pretty good, but if Bo Bichette is anywhere.
Well, we've got those guys for another 2 years.
We got time. Yeah, there's at least
we'll
2 years.
Think about that for now. So,
but I'm on the Bo train.
Yeah.
Like what's that Bowman? What's that horse show? BoJack Horseman.
BoJack Horseman. Yeah.
BoJack Horseman, whatever that is. Yeah. That reminds me of BoJack.
Well, now that we're talking about guys that we like, let's give ourselves the. The bench from the bench.
Brian Goins. 11 at bats in the he had 4 hits. I think his batting average was 361 or something like that for the. He's been doing a little bit better with the timely hits. He's starting to get more than just timely hits because he was getting timely hits and hitting 211.
Yeah.
But his batting average is creeping up. His defense is always there.
Yeah.
And this past week, it was a lot of reintroducing people to their positions in terms of Ezekiel's been playing most of it, but he was a little off, I think, for a couple weeks there. His hitting wasn't quite there. So I would say out of bench players, that's our bench from the bench, it's Galton's.
Yeah.
And as we were discussing before, when the team comes to full fruition, is Ryan Goins going to be there, or is he going to be sent down because he's out of options and Darwin Barney signed for a bigger contract? Yeah. So what happens with Goins when everybody's finally back to 100%? It was the question going into the season, and the only reason we haven't had to answer it is because we've had too many injuries.
Yeah. The only reason, I was going to say, we don't have to think about that right now because I give you, in the Yankee series, we're going to lose someone just because it's happening. So
maybe we'll lose Goins. That'll make it so much easier for everybody.
The problem for everybody.
Yeah, that is the easy kind of stuff.
So how the Jays did in terms of stats last week, the team ERA, they're down to 4.13. So we went up 2 spots. We're now 14th in the league. We're over the median line, which is good. The opponent's average 251. We went up 4 spots. We're 17th because we were actually pretty crap prior to that.
Oh.
Yeah. Holds. Now I like looking into this because our relievers have done pretty crap so far. But last week they actually held their own.
The most made up stat I've ever heard of.
But for a reliever, it's very important.
It is, and all it is. All these stats. If you aren't wondering like what is based on all these stats, it's so people when they're negotiating contracts can throw numbers at each other.
But what holds is if you come in an inning and don't change the lead and don't give a run. Yeah. So we're at 19. We went up 1. We're 24th because we were down pretty low.
And now holds are actually being used as stats in a lot of fantasy baseball. For those who don't know, I think it's in our league.
Yeah, it's in our league.
I'm really sucking in our league, by the way.
I'm middle of the pack.
I'm like 8th.
Ground-induced double plays. We are 3rd in the league at 48. Stroman is 2nd in the league. He's induced 14. Or made someone induce 14 double plays. Double plays.
And you know who's not getting enough attention in terms of things? And this was actually, I watched Mark Rossona being interviewed on the MLB Network.
Yeah.
And they brought it up on them. Actually, John Smoltz brought it up, who is a Hall of Fame, amazing pitcher, and how Pete Walker has affected the team. I was very skeptical of Pete Walker, but he's doing something right.
Yeah.
With
our starters are great.
Our starters are great. Our kids are good in the bullpen. It's the guys who've been around for a while that are kind of mid.
Yeah.
Like JP Howell's he's slowly getting back to where he should be.
Yeah. I feel Joe Smith will come around
eventually.
I hope he does.
We need him.
Well, we've got a big week this week then. So we got 3 against Cincinnati, 4 against the Yankees. The only way to catch up against the leaders is to beat the leaders.
The Major League leader for shortstops and OPS, Zach Cozart from the Cincinnati Reds. Who's Zach Cozart, you said? We said the exact same thing. He's been kind of one of those guys who's under the radar and all of a sudden, he's there.
All right, your prediction, I say 5-2.
I would agree with the 5-2, actually. I'm going to go with the same one. They won't win all the Yankees, won't win all the Reds, but it'll be fun to watch. Our team is finally coming together, and I hope all of you enjoy watching it this week, because we have yapping about it.
All right, we got to go. Later, guys.
That's